Starting in 2013, colossal extraterrestrial creatures known as kaiju start to emerge from an interdimensional portal known as the Breach, located at the depths of the Pacific Ocean. These monstrous beings initiate devastating assaults on cities along the coastline. To counter this threat, humanity constructs enormous robotic suits called Jaegers. These machines require 2 or more individuals to operate them, forming a mental connection through a process called drifting. Through this connection, the pilots share the mental strain of controlling the Jaeger. In 2020, the Beckett brothers, Yancey and Raleigh, teamed up to operate Gypsy Danger, the American Jaeger, in order to protect Anchorage from the relentless Category 3 kaiju known as Knifehead. During the intense battle, Gypsy Danger suffered significant damage from Knifehead, resulting in the tragic death of Yancey. Nonetheless, Raleigh managed to triumph over Knifehead and skillfully guided Gypsy Danger to safety before succumbing to exhaustion. Overwhelmed by the immense emotional burden of losing his brother and the immense strain of piloting alone, Raleigh made the difficult decision to resign from the Jaeger program. After the passage of 5 years, global authorities make the unanimous decision to terminate financial support for the Jaeger program, due to escalating kaiju attacks and the alarming rate at which Jaegers are being destroyed, surpassing their production. Instead, they opt to construct coastal defense walls as a substitute. However, the effectiveness of these walls is swiftly debunked as they prove to be inadequate in safeguarding against kaiju incursions. In light of this realization, the remaining Jaegers are relocated to Hong Kong, operating under the leadership of Marshal Stacker Pentecost. His ambitious strategy involves attempting to obliterate the breach using a tactical nuclear weapon, despite previous unsuccessful endeavors. Raleigh, who is currently employed in wall construction, receives a recruitment offer from Pentecost for an important mission. At the Shadow, the base located in Hong Kong, Raleigh is introduced to Mako Mori, the director of the Jaeger Restoration Program. It is later revealed that Mako is also Pentecost's adoptive daughter. Out of the original Jaegers, only 4 remain operational: the refurbished Gypsy Danger, the Russian Cherno Alpha, the Chinese Crimson Typhoon, and the Australian Striker Eureka, which is piloted by the father and son duo Herc and Chuck Hansen. In order to find a new co-pilot, Raleigh takes part in tryouts and ultimately decides that Mako is the ideal drift-compatible partner. However, during their initial test, Raleigh's memories of his brother Yancey's death cause him to lose synchronization, leading Mako to relive a traumatic kaiju attack on Tokyo and almost fire Gypsy Danger's energy cannon. Consequently, Pentecost grounds Mako as a precautionary measure. Upon facing a critical situation, Pentecost seeks guidance from kaiju experts Newton Jaisler and Herman Gottlieb. Herman predicts that the breach will stabilize, leading to an increase in the number of kaiju, but also enabling a successful assault. Against Pentecost's advice, Newton decides to drift with the kaiju's brain to gather more information. This endeavor unveils the unsettling truth that the kaiju are actually bioweapons cultivated by extraterrestrial beings to facilitate their colonization of Earth. Pentecost urges Newton to locate a black market dealer named Hannibal Chow in order to acquire another kaiju brain for further exploration through drifting. However, Newton soon realizes that the kaiju hive mind has gained access to his own mind, as drifting establishes a two-way connection. Consequently, 2 new kaiju, Leatherback and Otachi, are dispatched simultaneously to hunt Newton down in Hong Kong. All Jaegers, with the exception of Gypsy Danger, are deployed to engage the kaiju threat. Unfortunately, the kaiju succeed in destroying Crimson Typhoon and Cherno Alpha, while Leatherback utilizes an EMP blast to disable Striker Eureka, causing injuries to Herc in the process. Recognizing Gypsy Danger as the sole remaining analog Jaeger powered by nuclear energy, Pentecost orders its deployment to provide assistance. Against formidable odds, Gypsy Danger manages to defeat both Leatherback and Otachi. Meanwhile, Newton and Hannibal venture to retrieve Otachi's secondary brain, but their grim discovery reveals that Otachi is pregnant. The newborn kaiju emerges, devouring Hannibal before meeting its demise by choking on its own umbilical cord. Newton and Herman then engage in a drift with the infant kaiju's brain, leading them to a startling revelation: the breach can only be opened in the presence of kaiju DNA. Raleigh is informed by Pentecost about his deteriorating health caused by radiation poisoning. Pentecost's condition resulted from his solo piloting of a first-generation Jaeger to rescue a young Mako, and he has been unable to pilot a Jaeger ever since. When 2 new kaiju are detected guarding the breach, Gypsy Danger and the repaired Striker Eureka, piloted by Pentecost and Chuck, embark on their assault. As they approach the breach, the Jaegers come under attack by the kaiju, including a powerful Category 5 kaiju named Slattern, leading to the crippling of Striker Eureka. In a heroic act, Pentecost and Chuck sacrifice themselves and Striker Eureka while Gypsy Danger manages to defeat and kill Slattern, using its remains as a vessel to enter the breach. Prior to Gypsy's final moments, Raleigh ejects Mako from the Jaeger, manually triggers the self-destructive Gypsy's nuclear reactor core, and ejects himself just before the explosion, effectively sealing the breach. Raleigh and Mako's escape pods resurface in the Pacific Ocean, where they embrace each other as rescue helicopters approach. If you enjoyed our movie recap, we kindly ask you to show your support by liking, sharing, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Your engagement will greatly contribute to our channel's growth. Thank you for helping us on our journey.